Well, oh well, I already put.
We haven't had.
Oh well.
What's that?
All right. Anyway, sorry. Someone can pray.
Okay, I will. Dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful that we can come together tonight and study for this test. Father, please bless that we can learn from each other and help each other to understand the information that we're going to go over. Please bless that we can do this by learning through the Holy Spirit. And we say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, I don't think we have to post it
No, we don't.
because we're doing the.
We don't have to post what?
All right, this video.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Right.
we can just give it to Cheryl in case she let her catch up what she misses.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Hopefully she makes it here soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump in and do the best we can.
Alrighty.
Question 2.
All right. Question 1. Yep. Question 2. Which of the following variables is or are quantitative? I said the number of people in a randomly selected classroom on a campus.
For sure.
The 3 most common brands of car found in the U.S. I say no. The telephone number of a randomly selected business in town. I would say no. Although that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
Awesome. All right, students in an introductory statistics class at BYU, Idaho, were studying pieces of cold cereal at grocery stores in Rexburg. To get a sample of cold cereal prices, they went to Albertsons and rolled a die to decide which box on the left of the top shelf they would start on. They then recorded every 6th cereal after that, moving right, blah, blah, blah. Which is this study an experiment or an observational study, and why?
I think it's the first one. Or sorry, I mean on the paper, an experiment because the students had control over the sampling methods they used.
Sorry, guys, not paying attention tonight.
Yay. That's okay. We haven't gotten very far yet.
Welcome.
How far are you?
Hey, good job on your on the thingamajigger.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll get it turned in. That's what I was actually doing. Wasn't paying attention. So have you started the quiz?
Yeah, we're just on question 3.
Number 3? Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I was, so I just started it.
You're fine. You're
All
fine. Right. I am too. I mean, I did what I could at work, but work got busy.
Okay.
So to catch you up, number 2, we got the telephone number of a randomly selected business in town. Or sorry, was not it. It was there we go. The number of people randomly selected for a classroom on campus.
Isn't it the telephone number of randomly selected businesses also?
I was toying with that one.
I think this was on one of our other quizzes.
But I think that
and
one
I thought
is
about going and checking other quizzes, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not, the way I looked at it, we're not doing calculations with the telephone number.
Okay.
No, it's just it's a piece of information.
Yeah.
But it's not something you can calculate, except to say, hey, I have one of these.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards as well. But we could be wrong.
Homework
we could be.
Because you have to be able to count it, right? If it's quantitative, you have to be able to count it.
I don't know. I pulled this from Homework Quiz 2. Excuse me, and I have them all printed out.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Homework Quiz 2. Group meeting, Homework Quiz 2. Okay. Which of the following variables is or / are quantitative? And looks like I marked the number of people randomly selected classroom on campus and the telephone number of randomly selected businesses in town. So that's probably why I didn't get all the points.
Yeah, so after you said that, I went and looked at it too, and
Sorry, the
yeah, I
number.
got just the number of people randomly selected.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
perfect. I didn't realize that was the exact same
Same question.
question.
I just
Yeah,
can't figure out some of the formulas now. I can't remember them.
Oh,
So,
man.
okay. And then for 2, you got an observational study because the students had no control over the price of the cereal.
That's what I was thinking.
That was
That's
on.
initially what I was thinking, but then when they had no control over which cereal they selected, I can kind of agree with that one as well.
I think this was on one of the things too. Okay.
Recorded every 6
And you're on the-
cereal after the first.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. And then 3. What'd you get for 3?
They're studying the price, and so I think I tend to lean towards the price versus the which cereal selected. I don't know. I could be
Now,
wrong.
an observational study because the students had no control over the price of the individual cereal. It was on one of our other quizzes.
Okay.
Oh, I hope.
I was kind of cheating.
I hope the test is.
No, it worked.
Ultra
So it's
light.
observational study because they had no control over the price.
Sounds good to me.
All righty.
Okay. So we're on number 4.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably my turn. Okay, number 4.
Bam.
For a Math 221 project, one group of students studied the ages of students on the BYU Idaho campus. They collected data from a random sample of 100 students. The sample mean was 21.2 and the sample standard deviation was 2.61. Excerpt of their data is given below. The group notices an error in their data. The age of one of the males was entered incorrectly. He is actually 21 years old, did it 12. When the error is incorrect, what will happen to the sample mean? I have that the mean will increase.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I say.
I guess it's the
We all
will
agree.
increase. Sorry.
Yeah. Median will increase.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
The
Yeah.
time to complete a standardized exam in the BYU Idaho Testing Center is approximately normal with a mean of 70 minutes, standard deviation 10 minutes. Use the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. Approximately what percentage of students will complete the exam in under 50 minutes? Give your answer accurately to 1 decimal place. And I said 2.3.
I have 2.5.
Did you do 99.7 or the 99?
Well, you've got at the 95 mark,
Oh,
the difference between 95 and 100 is 2.5. I have my little graph with it all written out.
yeah, can you watch Netflix?
Yeah, and what? If you can do it with it. Does that make it?
Because it's like 2 degrees out.
Hi guys, can you see me? Hello.
Oh, no.
Can
Hold
you
on, let me go back to that.
see this?
So wait, so why is it 2.5?
Because you've got 2.35 and 0.15. You're looking for that area past the 50 mark or below the 50 mark, right?
Oh, and I've got like 2.3, so it's really 2.35.
70 mark.
It's close.
On the other way.
Okay. Well, we'll go with it.
Wait, I'm just confused how I must have forgotten how to even do this. So what is it
So-
that you do?
Well, I did this off of one of our quizzes.
Uh-huh.
The Unit 4 exam practice is what I pulled this off of. And I don't know if you guys can actually see this little chart. You see that?
Yeah, I remember that
Yes.
chart.
Okay. And so if you're bringing it out to 100, you want the difference between the the 50 there. Excuse me. The standard deviation of 10, 70 minutes, give you answer. Under 50 minutes. So you want everything to the right, which is showing backwards there, 50.
Uh-huh.
So if you take a look at the numbers there, you've got 2.35 is your 99.7, and then 0.15 is the 99.7 to the 100 on that side. Does that make sense?
Like it's
'Cause
two
if you add up
degrees
all
out and from there out.
Yeah, if you add up all of those numbers on there, you get 100 all the way across.
Yeah, because 68 is in between the two, the 95% between the other two. That's what threw me off. Because then you got to divide it in half.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait, then it should be 2.5 then, right?
Yeah,
You said 2.5?
it's
That's what
2.5.
she said. Yep.
Oh, why does it say 2.35?
I don't know.
All right, cool.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
I worked on that one for a while today. I couldn't remember it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Moving on.
Maybe it's that 99.7 rule thing that throws. I don't know. We'll see what happens, huh?
I had a really hard time with that one, so I wrote it all out 15 different times so that I'd make sure I could remember.
That's the way to do it.
And then I can't remember anything else. So there we go. All right.
Okay. Question 6. The scores on the LSAT are approximately normal with a mean of 150.7 and standard deviation of 10.2. Queen's School of Business in Kingston, Ontario requires a minimum LSAT score of 157 for admission. Find the 35th percentile of the LSAT scores. Give your answer accurate to one decimal place. Use the applet. I probably did this horribly wrong, but I got 153.4.
I got 146.8.
What I did was I took the 10.2 and I multiplied that by the z-score I got, which was 0.269.
I'll see us. Anybody else want to chime in here?
Isn't this where you punch in the 0.35 in your area?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm totally way off.
Okay, so you
Okay.
put the 35% up there in the area,
Okay.
right? And then you take the 150.7 and you minus that z-score, and then you times it by 10.2. Is that right? Or you take the 0.385 times the 10.2, and then you subtract 150.07, and you subtract that amount, which is 3.927. And it gives you 146.773, and you have to round that up. Does that make sense to anybody?
Maybe if I wrote it down and paid it.
Nothing is making sense right now. It's just one of those nights.
I
But
just
I
want
got,
to get it
I'm
right.
writing down what you're saying, and you said you take the 35% and you punch that into the area, and that gives you said 0.385,
Right.
and then you subtract that by the 150.7.
Would we do a negative?
But we do negative. It's a negative because we're
Negative
looking for 35%, which is below.
Okay.
So it's a negative. I'm sorry, it's a negative 0.385.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
we take that negative, and then what do we do with it again?
You take the negative 0.385 and times it by 10.2. You times it by the standard deviation.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And then after we multiply it, then what do we do?
You take the 150.7 and you subtract that amount, which is negative 3.927.
What?
Water's boiling.
What?
Water's boiling.
Okay.
So that's our answer, negative 3.927.
No, then you subtract, you take 150 and you subtract, Zach actually was closer. You subtract negative
Oh, that
0.927 and you get 154.627. Does that make sense? Let's see.
Wait, I got 146.773.
150.7 subtract a negative.
Let's see.
Okay, well, if you're subtracting a negative from the 150.07, for some reason, my calculator is giving me 154.627.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
that's right. No, that's
154.
right.
Okay, so it would be
Because if you're subtracting a negative, then you're really adding.
okay, so it's 154.6 is your answer. So what you guys got?
154.6.
So didn't you have that the first time, Zach?
I had 153.4.
Oh, okay.
And is it to 1 decimal?
Yeah, so you have to round it up.
I might. So how did I get 146?
You didn't do a negative.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
instead of you subtracted instead of minusing a negative.
And our answer is positive?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
because you have that large number, 150.7,
Oh,
and
that's
then you're
what I did.
subtracting a negative number.
Right. I have 154.6, but it's negative. So
No, positive.
You flipped
right.
them.
I flipped them.
That's okay. Well, maybe, and then Aaron, if you're recording this and share this with us, we can always go back and go, wait, well, how did we do that again? And go back and listen to it.
So when you're solving for the z-score, not necessarily for this problem, it's the sample mean minus the population mean.
Which one are we on?
The same ones.
I have that the z-score equals the large sample proportion minus the smaller sample proportion divided by standard deviation.
Where are we at?
I'm just asking the equation for the z-score. It's the sample mean
Oh.
minus the
Minus
population
the,
divided by standard deviation, right?
Right.
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had
And
that.
then we're not doing the square root of our sample size with that, divided by the square root of our sample size?
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
It's coming, Zach. Be patient.
They should be on those charts that we were provided too, those sheets that had all of the formulas.
Right.
Okay. Right, number 7.
Yes.
Wait, I'm just still not getting this. What?
We were counting on you, Aaron. Okay. Which
Well,
one are
it's
you on? Which one are you stuck on?
I'm still just stuck on this 6, because like if I write out the equation,
Okay, we'll put 35% in your probability applet.
right? So I got that. I got negative 0.385.
Okay, so you take the means, which is 150.7, subtract the negative z-score 0.385, and then in parentheses put the standard deviation 10.2. Okay.
But wait, why am I subtracting those two?
Because that's
Because isn't it the way it would be written out is the negative 0.385 is the z-score, so it'd be negative 0.385 is equal to the value we're trying to find minus 150.7 divided by 10.2.
So negative 0.385 equals, which is our large sample, which is 150.7, right? Minus our small sample,
No, this one's a calamity only, boss.
Oh, wait, I think
Divided by standard deviation of 10.2.
I think this is basically where I'm unsure, is because in the notes that I have, it's the sample mean minus the population mean, and what
Right.
you're saying is the population mean minus the sample mean.
Large sample minus small sample is what I have a note for somewhere.
Well, it
Divided by
doesn't.
standard
It isn't
deviation.
always the
I
large,
have
small though.
You know,
I
You're
have
right.
X bar minus mu.
Because what's
What did I
important
put?
is population. Which one's population and which one's
this
sample?
was lesson 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Okay, lesson 5.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
At least we'll get it all straight in our head or straight in our notes for that when we do get
So
one of
lesson
these.
5, it says, we did that. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, number 7. The z-score. Find the
Oh,
35.
there we go. I can hear everyone again.
Yay.
I didn't ask that question. Well, darn it.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't ask that question. He asked a whole bunch of questions around that, but he didn't ask that question. What is the z-score of 157? And that's 0.618. That didn't ask us that.
Because everything that I'm looking at is telling me that, and I could be completely wrong here,
I
but
don't think so.
like when I plug in the numbers that I have, it looks like it's right. Because like what I'm getting is 147.776, and you know I have that little z-score table thing. If I punch that into the sample mean and then put the 150.7 in the population mean, and the population standard deviation is 10.2, then the z-score comes out as negative 0.385, which is the 35th percentile.
Okay, then we'll go with your answer, 146.8.
Oh, well, 146.773. Are we only supposed to use one decimal? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did
But I
you
mean, I don't know if I'm right, but that's just what I'm seeing.
Okay, so what did you get? 147.8 or 146.8?
146.8.
That's weird, because that's what I had the first time.
Because I think, because if you write out, so the equation for the z-score is z equals the standard, or the sample mean minus the population mean divided by, or in parentheses, divided by the standard deviation. And so if we plug in what we have the z-score, which is negative 0.385, is equal to, and we don't have the sample mean, so that's x minus 150.7 divided by 10.2. So then we do exactly what you said, where, well, first you can times each side by 10.2, and then you add each side by 150.7, and that will give you 146.8.
Okay.
I will never remember that.
Yeah, writing it out, it makes sense, because if you do your z equal, and if you've got that it's a sample minus the population.
Sample minus population. Okay, that's what I have backwards. So 157 minus 150.
Right.
157 minus 150.7 divided by 10.2
Right.
equals.
Well, actually, the x is just an x. It's not the 157.
It's
you're not trying to find the minimum
It
score.
becomes 146. Your x becomes your 146.773.
right. It's your missing variable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So it's just x minus 150.7.
Divided by 10.2.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just writing out the z-score formula and then filling in for what we know.
Okay. All right. Got it.
I think that's right. Sorry for that.
No.
No.
No, if if we're doing something wrong and you're like going, it doesn't feel right, let's fix it and double check. And
And if we submit this and is wrong, I want someone to shoot me.
we'll go
Too
get our
tired.
squirt guns.
I'm too tired tonight.
Maybe tomorrow. All right. Well, let's.
Wednesday, right? To figure this out, we might have to meet again. Okay.
Oh, it's due tonight though, right?
Yeah, it's student night.
Yeah. Okay, so we were on a team of something.
We're on 7 now.
7. Okay. Only 40 more to go. Oh, let's move it.
You got it.
Okay, a
Alright,
team of
number-
dermatological researchers are studying skin cancer among 60 to 70-year-old American men. Suppose you were part of the research team and take a sample of men from this age group and calculate the mean number of skin cancer spots in the sample. Also suppose that it is known that the distribution of the number of cancer spots is right skewed. Suppose the sample size for this study was n equals 2. What would be the shape of the distribution? Right skewed.
Yep.
I've got not enough samples.
They sampled 2 people. I mean, come on.
Do you have it skewed right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I said, but it was like I was hoping I was right.
You're right. This is where I started having difficulty.
Oh, me too. The next 2 I couldn't even answer.
I was thinking, shouldn't I have a T-score, not a Z-score? And I'm going, which one of these am I supposed to be using?
Well, number 8 should be fairly simple. You're just looking for the Z-score. Corresponding.
That's what I thought initially, till I went to try to do it.
Yeah.
So it'd be just the, let's see, you got 8550 minus 8544 divided by 12 equals 6.0 divided by 12 equals 5.0.
Well, except for that, you've got a number in this one.
Where?
It's the sample of n equals 20 tanks.
Not till the
Right.
next question. Oh, okay, 20 tanks. Okay, so then you have to add that in there. Sorry. I got
Very
it.
good. So then it's just with the standard deviation divided by the square root of 20.
Yeah, so 2.357.
That made me get 2.236.
2.3, what?
I got 2.236.
For the Z-score?
Uh-huh.
And I got 2.
And you're not using one of these charts that we already used from before, are you?
Or
Or are you using your own spreadsheet you created?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you put in, for the population mean, you put in the 5550, right?
The population. Oh, you know what? I think I might have. I don't know. No. The population, I put 8544.
8544.
Yeah. Because it
When
says
you-
the 8550 is the sample mean.
8550 is the sample means? No, because it says,
Huh?
Hold your hands up.
Turn it back up.
okay, it says find the Z-score to the sample mean 20 tanks of 5544. So sample means 5544. It's the same, isn't it?
You gotta use your rudders.
Factory that manufactures tanks with a capacity of 8550 gallons of gasoline.
The stick is your rudders.
Normally,
Stop. Stop moving.
blah, blah, blah.
Put your-
So you
put
put
the pedal-
8544 in both the population and the sample?
I mean, I don't think so, because it says in the first question, suppose that a random sample is 20 tanks.
Just put
It's like
very back.
sample mean capacity is found to be 8550.
Directly behind-
That'd be the sample mean.
directly behind you.
8544 says the actual capacity
Further back.
tank normally distributed with the
Farther.
mean of 8544.
Turn.
And so the people are thinking it's 8550, but it's telling you that the actual capacity, so it's population,
That turns you. That turns you really.
44, I think.
It's less than the actual.
And you know what? Do you want to know something interesting?
What?
It's different than the question on the review sheet that I printed out.
Is it the exact same one that we had before?
Number 8 on the review exam that I printed out, says the tank's of 8544.
Dad.
And on the quiz here, it says 8550.
Are you going forward?
Oh, they reversed it.
That's why I got a different answer. Okay.
Well, that's just rude.
I thought
I still look at this one. I'm going, okay, what? So we're supposed to create a formula and answer it with a formula.
Well, it's just the z-score formula, so it's the z equals the sample mean minus
One minus
population.
the other.
But then it's divided by standard deviation divided by the square root of 20.
Yeah, and when I did all that, I got 0.1118.
Are you putting brackets
Are
around?
you using the letters while you fly?
No,
You'll
I'm
turn
not.
way faster.
Was I supposed to?
Probably where you're going wrong.
Brackets around which one?
You should have brackets around the
Your plus something might.
between.
Brackets around what?
Like pretty
Your-
much everything.
Your sample minus your other one. If you take your sample minus the
So right
population.
now I have 8550 minus 8544 divided by 12 divided by the square root of 20.
So put brackets around the two things that you minus, and then
Okay.
put brackets around the 12 divided by the square root of 20.
So 8550 minus 8544 divided by,
Robbie, I want you to go to bed at 9:30.
What?
9:30.
so it'd be the,
About 15.
I gotta go back and find my formulas.
So you just need to go to.
So what'd you come up with for that answer?
I got 2.236.
Okay.
Agreed.
Oh, I think I know what I did here.
I, so it's a z-score with
And what did
the,
you get? You got 2.236?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. What I had forgot to do is when I was doing the 12 divided by the square root of 20, I forgot to divide the square root of 20.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's move on then.
Yeah.
all right, a simple random sample n equal 50 tanks will be selected. What is the probability that the mean capacity for these 50 tanks will be greater than the 8540 gallons? I'll let somebody else run the numbers.
Well, you get a z-score of 2.357. If you put that in your probability output, shade the middle and the right, you're going to come up with 0.991.
But do you need to change your number to 50 since they increased it to 50?
Yeah, I changed it in the z table.
Okay.
I changed the 5540 and the 50. The sample means and the number in the study came up with, actually I came up with a negative 2.357, but it's asking greater than. So I shaded the middle and the right and came up with 0.9908, so 0.991. Does that make sense?
I'm just getting something else, and I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong.
No.
I'm hoping that I get this right. So your
Sure.
population
Can you go
mean is
through that
8544,
Uh-huh.
standard deviation 12. Sample means is 8540. Number in study is 50.
Oh, that's what it is. I didn't change. I didn't put it down to 8540. Okay, I got you now.
All right.
All right, and okay, so it's negative 2.357.
But now you're looking for greater than. So shade the middle and the right.
Okay.
So is it a negative or a positive 2.357?
Well,
It's
it's
a
up a negative on the z-score, but you're looking for greater than 8540.
So it'd be the middle and the right side?
Right.
So did you get like point 0.991.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, this took me about 3 hours to get these answers
Oh man.
because I just couldn't remember how to do it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I looked through all of these, but I did not have time to sit down and work them out as much as I wanted to.
So, what was 9?
0.991.
0.991, and you said you shaded the middle and the upper? Okay.
All right. Which of the following best describes the notion of the significance level of a hypothesis test?
The probability of a type 1 error, I believe.
That's what I said.
The first one, I think. Isn't it? Probability of obtaining the test statistics at least as extreme
Oh,
as the one you calculated, assuming the null hypothesis is true.
I don't know. I had written down here for one of our other tests, like when I had made notes, that probability of a type 1 error equals the level of significance.
I thought the first one isn't that p hat?
Oh, that's p hat.
yeah, because I did the probability of a type 1 error, and I kind of remember us
Yeah.
those going together
You did that in
too.
the
But
review.
I remember.
Spreadsheet in the review.
I think I remember talking about that
Yep. You're
Oh.
right.
in one of the
yeah, and you're the one that was telling us about it too,
Yep.
I think.
I just totally went brain dead here. I
That's
see it,
okay.
and I do that on the test too. I see an answer and I'm like, oh, I know that, and I don't. You know,
It goes with the other question.
I'm not a good test taker. Okay. Moving on.
Now,
Oh gosh.
on 11,
hmm
I think that the answers are we are 95% confident and approximately 95% of all 95% confidence intervals are the ones we're looking at.
I that's what I put.
Yeah, the one with the chance in is not right. The one with all the females is not right.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's got to
about
be it.
the first one.
I debated about that first one. I really did.
Oh, about the heights of female adults.
Yeah, just 95% of the heights of female adults in our sample are in our confidence interval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was one.
Oh, mark all that apply.
Yeah. I know those two are right, but that
Yeah, I know that one too. It's just that first one I'm iffy on.
Well, I
it's a
hate
lot
those
to
mark
go
all that
back.
apply.
It's a lot to go
especially
back
when-
and do for one problem if you get it wrong.
Well, we'll try it. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and
We'll make adjustments.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
exactly. We'll be working on
Okay.
this all weekend.
Yeah, I love the mark all that apply, and you only have one out of all of them.
I wish I had all weekend. This Sunday I have my physical training test for Idaho State Police, so
Good
I'm gonna
luck.
be out running in like 17 degrees.
Don't die.
I'll try not to.
It'll warm you up.
I wish. I'm from San Diego, so 17
Oh
is kind of cold.
man, that's why you're going to be running.
That's right.
Alrighty. Marine biologists have been studying the effects of acidification of the oceans on weights of male beluga whales in the Arctic Ocean. One of the study involves a random sample of 16 beluga whales. The researchers want to create a 95% confidence interval to estimate the true mean weight of male beluga whales. Their data follows a normal distribution. The population standard deviation weights of male beluga whales is 125. The researchers feel comfortable using the standard deviation for their confidence interval. Are the requirements for the use of a confidence interval met?
What?
I'd say the second one, but I'm totally not 100% sure. Because I always start getting those confused.
Are you saying yes then because the distribution of sample means is normal because the sample size is large?
Is it
That's what I have.
the data are normal? Oh,
That's
so
what
that'd be
I
the
have
first
too.
one. Well, then I'll go with your guys' answer.
Wait, which one did you guys choose? Sorry.
Oh,
I picked the first one, but
There's 16.
Yeah, there's only 16, so I don't think it's that one.
Wait a minute.
So I was guessing the
I just
second
know
one, but
that-
I'm not 100%
Okay, so
sure.
if we're trying to apply the central
the second one.
theorem,
I'm sorry.
then we
The
need to
first
have
one on the
30.
answer sheet, but the second one on that one. Because it says right in your question that it's a normal distribution.
Yeah, so I think
There
it's
you go.
It's the second one, right?
Yeah, sorry, I read that super sloppy. That was probably.
But no, that's okay, because if on the actual sheet that I made my answers on, it's the first one. So, watch this, guys, they're not.
Well, and the answers are mixed up online than they are on the sheet.
Yeah, and that makes it really confusing if you're trying to pay attention.
So we're saying yes, the distribution of sample means is normal because,
the data
data
follows a
equals-
normal distribution.
okay. All right, that's the second one on my quiz here.
Second one on the exam online.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Oh, p-value. I came up with 0.128 for number 13.
I did. I'm so happy that we got the same answer.
What type of
I
test?
didn't even do it. I didn't even get to it.
Was
Did you
this
use
got
a,
point
one sample test to do that, Maria?
I'm pretty sure that I did.
You test? Yeah, okay, that's what I used.
okay, I'm just gonna throw it in there and make sure I get the same answer.
Yeah.
You guys
14.
just did a one sample
Oh, yeah.
test?
Yeah.
Okay. A financial economist is studying married couples in which both spouses work. He wants to compare the mean income earned by husbands with the mean income earned by their wives. Should he use independent sampling or dependent sampling? I put that he should use dependent sampling. He needs to select couples for the sample. So whether a particular wife is included depends on whether her husband is. So
Yes.
I agree.
that would be
Wait,
number.
what did you guys get for 13?
0.128.
I think you just took the heads off, put it on the ground, and left it like that.
I'm sorry, that's supposed to.
Are you done with it?
I'm all over. You want to make another shell?
How's your dirty?
Thank you, sweetheart. Stop it, and would you go down and make sure the dogs go outside? Okay, are we moving on?
So sorry, I was behind. I was trying to do 13.
That was okay. Number 14.
Yeah.
Did you get 13?
What did you? Sorry, what was the null hypothesis for 13?
They did it to Chalk City.
It,
Blah, blah, 39 months. We put it in the one sample t-test as less than.
I used a lesson.
So is the null hypothesis just 0?
I think.
I
I don't know.
Okay, if
or
I do 0,
I think it would be. We would do the same thing, right?
yeah, if I do 0, then I get what you guys got. So that must be it.
Yeah, I was thinking it's 0. So
Okay, sorry. And then 14.
14 was blah blah blah. The second one down.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Awesome.
Number next one, 15. I got 0. Now this is where I don't know if I put them in right. So I got 0.096. Did I put them in backwards?
I did. No, I think you got it right.
Is this this is paired
one.
sample?
I put the 90
Yeah,
day
the direct
first, and then I put the 14 day.
I did the same.
Okay.
And so what'd you get for
You're-
p-value?
0.096.
Okay, cool. That's what I got.
It's shutting off. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's updating.
It's doing an update.
It's okay. Okay. Just tell Grandpa his computer's
So
okay.
based on the results of the test, can you say that there's a difference in the cost of airline tickets purchased 90 days in advance compared with 14 days in advance? Level of significance, alpha equal 0.05. I said yes because the p-value was greater than the level of significance.
That's what I got.
Yep. All right. 17.
Wait. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So our p-value is higher than our level of significance.
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean that that's saying that it's the same?
Fail to reject the null.
If
If
p
it's
is
low,
it wasn't lower, it was greater.
So wants to
Yeah.
know.
So isn't that saying that there isn't a difference?
oh, now I'm confused.
Well, reading the question. Based on the results of the test, can you say that there is a difference in the cost of airline tickets purchased 90 days in advance compared with 14 days in advance?
And we had insufficient evidence to reject the null, and the null is that there is no difference, is that they're equal.
Right.
Our alternative is that they're not equal.
Right. So what's the right answer? Did I get that totally wrong?
Oh, it sounded so right a few seconds ago.
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you're doing this because it's like we got to know it. So we need to go over it until we're sure.
And if we're doing it wrong and you can point it out to us, we appreciate it.
Right, exactly. Hang on just a second. I'm
So
looking
maybe
it
we
up
need to
now.
write out what our hypothesis is. Because if
Okay.
they're
If
equal,
the p-value is less than
Yeah, so her hypothesis,
yeah, if it's less than we reject it.
is that there is no difference. Her alternative hypothesis is that there is a difference. And so since our p-value is higher than our level of significance, that means we're not rejecting the null, and the null is that they're equal. So wouldn't that be that they're no because the p-value was greater than the level of significance? There is no difference in cost because it was higher than the level of significance?
So we're saying we're not rejecting the null?
Yeah, right? Because
And then we have insufficient
0.05 for us to
evidence.
reject it.
Yeah, if we're not rejecting it, then we have insufficient evidence to say, I
Okay,
guess
so
there's a difference.
So we're going with the first answer. Is that right?
I think so.
And sorry, I gotta look and see what that first answer is.
no, because
Sorry.
No, because
be-
the p-value is greater than the level of significance?
I think so.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, again, feel free to shoot me.
It's
All
okay.
right.
Okay. I think it's all kind of a guessing game at this point. Our brains are just too flooded with too many.
It's a lot of stuff to remember, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Okay, on the real estate one,
Yes, let's see.
I actually thought not necessarily because
That's what I put too.
Yeah, because we're not looking for the differences. Not necessarily because the company needs to check that the values given by each appraiser are normal, not that the differences are normal. Does that make sense?
It does to me.
What do you think, Aaron? You disagree?
No, I'm just reading the question again, just to be sure.
Sorry.
I'm not sure all that's, let's see, this is just for a a paired sample t-test?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it would be.
So the yeah,
And I'd
so
argue with you on this one, but it's one I went over with Mr. Lemon on the test that I got wrong.
sorry, say that again.
I said I would argue with you on this, but this is one of the questions I had to go over with Sister Lemon because I got it wrong on the test.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not 100% sure. I was just thinking about which t-test it was, and then what is
No idea.
what's the what's it called? Requirements. I was just trying to remember what the requirements were for a paired
I
t-test.
think for a paired t-test, the requirements are the simple random sample, and then the population is normal.
So if it
You can check it with a QQ plot. Yeah.
But this was a QQ plot of the differences, and that's all we see.
So
Right.
so that then is the question: is it the values that matter, or is it the differences that matter? And if it's the values that matter, then I think it'd be the not necessarily. But if it just is the differences, then it might be a different answer.
It's the values that matter.
That's why I put not necessarily.
Because
Okay.
he said that the appraiser, he's asking for an estimate of the home value.
Okay. All right. Well, sweet. Then I agree.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I just couldn't remember which one of those two it was.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, they get tricky. Okay, now on 18. I thought it was the third one.
That's what I got.
The null hypothesis is equal to 0. What do you call it? The
Mu.
Mu with the little d.
Mu
I
D.
can't remember what it's called. But
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
okay, awesome. And then on this one, I got the third one. 95% of the data are between negative 2.346 and 8.775.
I got the second one.
The second
I
one?
was leaning towards
Or
the
the
second
first
one.
I just automatically lean towards the 95 of all 95.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Kind of
That-
like,
That
I
double
just-
95.
I just don't know if the double 95 is right, but that's what I
I
think.
went for that one first too, and then I just saw that it said you're told to report that the true mean is between those two. What exactly does that mean? And I think now that I look at it, I think the third one is like the obvious answer, and in fact it seems redundant, so it's probably the second one.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Jeez. Harder than I thought it was going to be this time. Okay. Somebody tell me how to do this one.
Yeah. I had no clue.
I know the answer, but I don't know how to get it. Anybody?
I have
I had
no
to go back
clue
to
how to
some
even
notes.
start
And I
this
thought I
problem.
had calculated how to create that, and then I'm like going, where did it go?
I have no clue how to even start that problem.
Just a second. This is the one that it's like
We have to find what n is. N equals z star divided by m squared times p. Well, if we know what n is, and if we don't know what n is,
So you gotta
then
find your critical Z value.
wait, what? For question 20?
Is that what you're talking
oh
about?
no, never mind.
Isn't
I was
this
looking at something else.
I was like,
less than or equal to?
What? Because I didn't know how to do it, but that didn't sound right. Okay.
It's like, well, if you have to figure out what n is, and I've got two different marks here. if I have no prior estimate for P or P star, then I do N equal in paren Z star, whatever that is, divided by 2M squared, and my M should be my margin of error. I don't know. I'm like going, huh?
This is just a requirement test.
This was in lesson 16. But I still don't know how to get it.
Here, just a sec.
Because
I have it in
didn't
my
make any
notes. I
notes.
just gotta find it.
Yeah, I didn't make any notes, so I'm kind of up a creek with that one.
Yeah, I have notes on this. I just need to find it.
Oh. I
This is
remember.
the
P is one, if it was 1/4, it would be 40. If it's 4/5, it'd be 50. It's the bottom number times 10.
Bottom number times 10?
I think so. Is that right?
None of that. Even
Oh,
sounded-
because we had to, the bells are starting to ring a little bit. So the answer would be 50.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought this was the one that's like N times P is less than or greater than 10, and then N in parentheses 1 minus P is less than or greater than or equal to 10.
I don't know. Do you get 50 when you do that?
Let's see.
Because actually, that's the answer on the quiz.
Oh, is this on a quiz?
Yeah, lesson 16.
It's on
It's on
quiz
homework
on
quiz, lesson 16.
At the risk of sounding
Oh,
incredibly
look that
immature,
up.
all I hear is blah 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 numbers, blah 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 numbers.
Here, let's see.
I think I'm gonna have to go print out all my previous quizzes.
That's what I had to do. Unfortunately, I didn't make notes when I printed them out. Then there's no
Oh.
notes. And so I don't remember how I did them. So I have to go back and start all over again.
Oh no.
Try to figure it out. Try to make better notes. course.
Yeah,
It's kind of late in the game for that, isn't it?
a little bit. Oh, but do we have all our recordings from before that have been posted, huh?
Yeah.
We can always go back to them.
I listened to those today too, trying to figure out this stuff.
Oh.
Yep. So did I.
So that was in our homework quiz.
It was in the homework quiz.
It's funny how similar some of these problems are, but they just flip one or two numbers around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I did put what? Oh, and in parentheses, it does say like I've got 50 in parentheses because I got that one wrong.
50 was wrong?
No, in parens, I'm showing, I think I put 13, and in parens, it showed 50.
Hmm.
So that's what the same exact thing. If p equals 4/5, what's the smallest value of n that satisfies requirements for a normal distributed p hat?
But how do we get that? Because I think this is the requirement that, remember, that's like n parentheses p is less than or greater.
Yeah. It could be part of that one. And then I've got something about n equal.
Because this is a requirement. This is just a requirement for a normally distributed p.
So if we have n equals z divided by m squared times p times 1 minus p, we have that option. But we know that this is there's probably a formula. We can probably go look up the formula. figure it out. But if we know it came from lesson 16, we should be able to go to lesson 16
Yeah.
and maybe even do a search on it, or there should be notes from lesson 16.
Yeah, that's why somebody got. I thought that maybe we could get the the help, because you get a little help when you get it wrong.
Okay, I figured it out.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so it is the requirement. I just realized I just put in a number wrong. So it is a requirement n parentheses p is greater than or equal to 10, or n in parentheses 1 minus p hat. No, they're both p hat. Is greater than or equal to 10.
Yeah.
So remember, if it's a number above 0.5, then you use the n minus, or the n parentheses 1 minus p hat. Or if it's lower than 0.5, you use the other one. Anyway, so this one, since this one is 4/5, then the equation is n in parentheses 1 minus 4/5, or 0.8, which then equals n times 0.2 is going to be greater than or equal to 10. And so that just equals 50.
Use numbers now instead of ends. What have you got?
Oh, so it'll just end up being 50 in parentheses 1 minus 0.8, and that'll give you 10.
Where'd you get your 50?
It's just whatever number you need in order to get your number to equal 10, and so that you just
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also just times 10 by 0.2. But most of the time you should just be able to know by looking at it. Anyways, it's to find the equation, it's just under the announcements, under
Okay.
inference for one proportion.
Less than 16.
Yeah, we got to go back through all those announcements too.
Yeah, they're really helpful.
Yeah, they seem more helpful than the actual text that we're supposed to read.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, that text. And it's so dry. It reads like a robot.
Yeah, the videos help it, but sometimes the announcements are more clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so did we get 50 on that answer then?
Yep.
Okay.
We got 50.
And on the next one, what have we got? Batting career. This is also the greater than or equal to 10, right?
I think so.
So we're saying the second one?
That's what I'm saying. I got P times 0.25 is greater than or equal to 10, so the conditions are satisfied.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
This was also in a quiz, I remember.
No, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
I don't remember. Is
I
that what we
remember
got
having to
on
do
the-
something like that.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? It's question number 6. And yes, 40 times 0.233 has to be, it's actually less than 10.
So it's the fourth one?
Let me go back over here. Yeah, it's the fourth one.
So you have to use the 0.33 and not the 0.25, so that's why it's like that. Okay.
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 Yeah.
No, it was an accidental dial, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
That was the quiz for 16 that
Have a good night. All right. Bye.
and number 6.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Awesome. Okay, 22.
My phone's not turning on, so I won't be able to set the alarm, and you're going to say maybe 6 anyway.
22. Another example test, blah, blah, blah. Dog chromosomes, another 46%. So I have 51.2% of all the gametes in the dog tested. That's no chromosomes. No, 51.2% of the gametes in the sample have male chromosomes. Sorry.
So the fourth one?
Fourth one.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
All right,
Alright.
23.
I haven't done that one yet.
Myself, Father.
So what chart are we using on this? We don't have a standard deviation, correct?
Yeah.
Right, there's no standard deviation.
So would we use a one sample t-test?
Man, I got so much paper flying everywhere right now.
Did we do this one too? This sounds like a familiar problem.
It does.
Is this a proportion test then? A one
That's what I'm
proportion
wondering,
test?
is if it wouldn't be proportion instead.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, we did this on the proportion. I've still got it sitting in the thing here.
I just want to remember how I did it.
So N is the 750 adults. X is the 320 adults.
Right.
Confidence level is 95.
Mm-hmm.
Give your answer accurate to 3 decimal points. And which one are we? What are we looking for? Calculate probability.
But fewer than 320 out of
So we have to
750.
do less than, right?
Right. Well, and then, because I was using the one sample Z-test, but I was like, well, what do I put in for my X?
Wouldn't your X
Is
be the sample?
Yeah, it'd just be 320.
That's what I was thinking.
320?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
because I still want my null hypothesis to be 320, but it would be less than 320, right?
Yeah, what would be your null hypothesis?
Calculate the probability that fewer than 320 out of the 750 adults in the study suffer. So I'm thinking that the null would be still 320, but you're doing less than.
Oh, I don't
think you change anything on the null. I think just leave it at the 0.7. I don't think that's going to make a difference. But what answer is it asking us to find? The p-hat or what?
Oh, calculate the probability.
You're the over 65 and stuff more of the condition. Give your answer to 3 decimal points in decimal form.
I think they're just asking for the probability, and that's it.
Is that one of those where we're trying to trick ourselves? And it's like right there, and you're going, that's the answer?
I don't know. Is it the Z? Would it be the Z-score then?
Or is it? Do we have to throw it in the normal probability applet? The thing is for the null hypothesis, if you change the null hypothesis, it changes the z-score.
Okay,
Yeah.
look at question 10 on number 16 from before. Researchers published a study in which they considered the incidence among the elderly of various mental health conditions such as dementia, bipolar, all these disorders in the U.S. 45% of adults over 65 suffer from one or more of the conditions considered in the study. Calculate the probability that fewer than 320 out of N equals 750 adults and over 65 in the study suffer from one or more of the conditions under consideration. Give your answer in, and the answer was 0.100.
Yeah. So
I think it's the same exact thing. 45%, 320.
So we said it was 0.100 in that one.
yeah.
We did.
Okay, so then what I did is that I put the null hypothesis as 0.45 since it said 45% of the adults over 65.
Right.
And that gave me a z-score of -1.284. And when I put in that z-score, I get an area of 0.0996, which would be rounded up to 0.100.
That makes
Yep.
sense.
Okay.
Yep, I think you're right. I kind of remember that now.
Okay, tell me what you did again. You took you put in the null hypothesis of 0.45, right?
Yeah.
And then you plugged that into, then took the z-score and plugged that in, and
Yeah, so my
Took the
z-score was
lower
then
portion?
negative 1.284. And I put that in the normal probability applet and highlighted the left. And then it gave me
Okay.
that area. You know how cool we're going to feel when we get to the end of this, press submit, and get 100%? It's going to happen.
100%.
I was just thinking, I bet.
100% on that.
I was just thinking, I'm so glad she's not going to watch this video and watch us run around in
It's like,
circles.
oh, I failed as a teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, 24. Suppose you're testing the null hypothesis P equals 0.62 against alternative hypothesis P is different than 0.62 and have calculated the test statistic to be Z equals 1.334. The area to the right of Z equals 1.334 under the standard normal density curve is 0.091. Which of the following is the p-value of your hypothesis test? I have not a freaking clue.
Well, if it's to the right, then you just need to times it by 2 because it's the area to the right. It's right and left since it's a two-tailed test, right?
So you put the z-score in?
Well, I think you can just times that by 2 because it's basically giving it to you.
Okay, so
I mean, you can put the z-score in. I think it'll do the same thing for you, and you can double check and make sure. But I think if you put 1.334 and then get both sides, you'll get 0.1822.
Yeah.
right.
So in other words, it's telling you that it's highlighted the 0.091 is a one-tailed test.
Right.
You know, times that by 2, and you'll get the answer.
Yeah.
Which is 0.182. Yay.
Yay.
That makes sense. Yeah. That's oddly so simplistic that I wish I had known that one all along.
That's all right.
No,
Oh.
I love stuff like that. It's like, ooh, shortcut.
Yeah, right.
all right. Suppose you are dog breeder. I'm like, huh? Who wrote this? And you want to use a confidence interval to estimate the true mean fertility levels of purebred Cocker Spaniels. It is known that the distribution of fertility levels of Cocker Spaniels is normal. How many measurements must you have in order to be sure the sampling distribution of X bar is normal? I went with about the fourth one, NP greater than equal 10 and N of 1 minus P greater than equal to 10.
Is fertility level quantitative or
Oh, that's a good
categorical?
question. Otherwise, it could be the top one.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the very top one.
And and I put any N will do.
Because
Well, you know, I think that's right. If
It is.
if it's quantitative, then and we know, like it says that the levels is normal, then it doesn't matter what the number is.
Right. Somehow I kind of just went with that one. For some reason, I kind of remembered that in the back of my mind. I don't know why, if it was right or wrong.
So yeah, so I think the main question here is this categorical or is this quantitative?
it's just sneaky.
It's sneaky. It's a jerk.
Measurements.
Yeah, I think it's measurement.
Yeah.
How many measurements?
So that's quantitative then, right?
Right.
So then I think any N will do, because it's known that the fertility levels is normal, and you only need to have a large number if it's not normal.
Right.
So I think you're right. Any N will do.
That's right.
All right, we'll go with that.
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
Okay,
Just like
26.
20 more questions. We can do it.
We can
How
do it.
many?
Hope so. We got about an hour to do it.
26. A study is planned to compare the proportion of men who dislike anchovies with the proportion of women. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, answer. I did the second one.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
That's what I did.
Both cases are over 10. So, okay.
I agree.
Okay, we're done with that one. No.
I wasn't sure on this one.
27, I got the second one. Is that right or wrong?
I couldn't
USD?
remember all the different ones anymore.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, I think it's the second one because it's a paired sample because it's the same people, right?
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Then I think it's the second one.
That makes it easy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Weight Watchers wanted to predict how much weight a client would lose if they followed a prescribed exercise program in addition to their diet program. Volunteers were randomly divided into two groups. One group dieted but didn't exercise, and the other group dieted and followed the exercise program. For the exercise group, they used linear regression with percent compliance with the exercise program as the explanatory variable, and pounds lost in 3 months as the response variable. One of the clients was told that his residual was 5.5 pounds. What does this mean?
Well, I got the second one.
Because it's a positive number versus a negative number, because we know it's the difference of that number from the mean, right?
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Second one?
Second one, yeah.
For some reason, I kind of remember that residual has something to do with predictive, but whatever.
To be honest, I don't completely remember, and I don't remember where I put residuals.
Yeah, I know the residual had to do with when you have that paired sample. It's like you're taking that second number, you're subtracting, and it shows up on that graph. The wrong chart. Let me go look at the other one. Another one. Yeah, the linear regression. So it takes our responsive. Well, we get that second explanatory. Otherwise, it's like the B.
Okay, the definition of residual in our book is observed minus predicted, bigger minus smaller.
Right.
So the example was that she did better in the statistic course than predicted. It was a question, so I went with number 2.
All right, sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go with it. So 29, for the study in the previous question, the B1 of the regression line was 5 pounds. Interpret the statistic. So that's our slope.
Mhm.
And then,
You remember if it goes up by 1 on one side, it's going to do what?
Then it'll increase by 5 on
Yep.
the other side.
Yep.
So is that the third one then?
So that would,
what I got.
Yeah, yeah, I would go with that third one. Because it,
All right, cool.
Okay, 30. When creating a scatter plot, a residual plot, and a QQ plot, which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are being checked? Check all that apply.
We just
I
did
got-
this, didn't we?
we did.
I got the second one and the last two. The residuals are normally distributed. There's a linear relationship between x and y, and the variance of error term is constant for all values of x.
Just a sec. Sorry.
Okay. Aren't the observations independent?
I think the observations are independent.
Can't remember.
They cannot be checked directly.
Was it on, did we do that Monday? Was that the quiz we took on Monday?
Yeah, so I just
Yes.
opened it up. It's question 8, and the 3 that we checked. I don't remember which one she said, Zach, but the one that we're right on there is that there's a linear relationship between x and y. The
Right.
variance of the error term is consistent for all values of x, and the residuals are normally distributed.
Yeah, those are the ones I picked.
Well, then you're right. Good job.
Awesome.
I wasn't sure until I double checked. Way to go.
Yeah, we don't want to do this one again, right?
No. I don't know. I have it in me to do it again.
Hey, this is great. The next 12 questions.
Are all entry?
Plug it in the spreadsheet. Oh, these will be easy, huh?
Okay.
Flight cost.
Well, we got that.
Is that-
Where'd I put it?
Oh, and they've got it 19. Oh, and this isn't one of these where it skips lines too.
Okay, this is the airline. 14
Oh, I
and
think I would have plugged it in.
14 and 90.
Oh, Excel. Why do you hate me so much? Just open yourself.
So the 90 goes first and the 14 goes second. Have I got that right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Because you're comparing the 90 to the 14.
right.
Is that the way it is, or do we have to mess with it?
I did the 90 first and then the 14.
This is on the,
Wanted to predict the price of tickets 14 days prior to a flight based on the price of the tickets listed 90 days before the flight. That's kind of bolded, so I think that's our indication to flip them.
and you were putting this in linear regression?
I did.
There we go.
So on 31, I have 0.780.
Wait, slow down. I'm a slow poke.
Oh, I am too.
I had that done ahead of time, so I'd be ready for that one.
Well, how dare you?
I was like,
Well done.
Where did you get that?
in the
Okay.
R.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
What did you say the R was?
So 90's first, 14 is second.
Right.
So, okay. Wait, then I did it backwards again. Gosh, why can't I think?
Yeah, this is one of those little bit trickier ones.
I know, and I heard you say that like 91st, like 3 times, and
Just let me copy and paste and be done with it, right?
yes.
Oh, man.
Okay, the correlation coefficient.
0.780.
Yes.
That's what I got.
Great. Create a scatter plot.
That scatter plot's got an
Oh,
outlier.
gosh.
So are we going to say it's nonlinear? It's got that one falling way down there.
We're just using the one that's here, or do we have to create a new scatter plot?
I think I'm just using the one that's there. I don't know. Do we need to come do a new one? Let's see. What is it asking?
Hey, Jason.
Using this scatter plot, referring to the correlation coefficients like the answer best describes the data illustrated in the
Jason,
scatter plot.
I found a better item than this thingy.
I think for the most part, it's probably, it would be linear.
It seems to
With
be
the
in general
positive.
going up.
Yeah,
That's because you weren't looking when I did it.
Well, I
with
don't know
a
if
fairly
it's
strong
stronger.
positive. Well, it's going to the right and it's going up, so I'm going to call it, it's, the other two are negative, and it doesn't have a negative. It's not going down.
Also,
And because it looks like you could kind of
damage.
put it in that hot dog shape,
It's
I would say linear with a strong positive,
5,000.
because it's like it's going up the stairs.
Mhm.
it only does damage.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I also got
And what were we saying 31 was?
0.780.
Is that from a different?
0.780. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so are we going with the linear with fairly strong positive association?
I'm going to go with that one.
Okay. That's still. Okay, so 33, the y-intercept.
Oh my
Got 115.640.
I have negative 17.087.
lag. What is that?
Okay, so what's going on here? What's wrong?
Yeah, I got the 115.640 as well.
So did I.
And the sad thing is,
115. Oh, let me see if I, no, let me
Which one's
think.
Cyclops?
the sad thing is the first time I
Minimize
had it
that.
entered in right. And I erased it because I thought it was wrong.
Oh.
You gonna reverse?
No, the red thing where you were just trying to build. The lead? That's what it was? Which one's that?
You guys have 15?
115.640.
40.
I didn't use it.
I'm going to erase my data and start over then. I'm going to blank out my numbers and
Okay.
That's what I was saying. I had done
Copy
that
in.
before, but I was actually right the first time and I didn't have them reversed. I've just been up this morning.
all right. So my 90 day,
It's the X, right?
that's what I'm pasting into my X.
Oh, I should say, school issues of death.
No, that replaces the
And then my
Your lasers of death is your mouth.
115.640.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I like matching better than I don't like matching. $15.640. And then 0.627 for the slope.
Yes.
One of them was red.
For 35, do we put 200 in for X?
I think so.
So did you get 241.0 then?
Let's see. It went up, so
right there.
40
Um,
point. Yeah, it would have to be 40.
so you put what in for X again? 14?
200.
200, 200.
Oh, it's $200.
Oh, $200. I'm seeing the comma like it's a decimal, 200.90.
Yeah,
Okay, just 200. And then 240.9. Oh, because it said to round to the one decimal place, so wouldn't it be
240
.9? Or no, because then it rounds up to 241, huh?
Yeah, I
Because
think it
of
should be
that 9.
241.0.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that.
Just to mess with you.
Make sure you know how to do math.
And right now I'm reduced to counting on my fingers.
Okay, so lower bound is 0.518. Upper bound is 0.735.
Yep.
Margin of error, I can do this. Finally. The only thing I've learned in this class.
You got the margin of errors down.
I finally figured out. I only had to miss it a dozen times to get it. Oh, but I got it
same
wrong
here.
last time, didn't I?
So what did you get for margin of error?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think, didn't I get it wrong last time and you guys yelled at me? But
No, we would
I
never
got
yell at you.
No, you had it right.
I got 0.108. Anybody else or
That's what I
0.109?
I got the same. I got the same thing.
0.108.
9, or are we going to leave it at 8?
I think
It's
it.
three
Well,
decimals,
I
I'm
just
sure.
got 0.1082.
Okay,
0.108240665.
0.108 it is.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. For our next 4 questions, conduct a hypothesis test to determine if the slope of the true linear regression line is not equal to 0. Choose the correct null and alternative hypothesis for this analysis.
Isn't that our new little B or big B thing? So it's either,
The beta.
yeah, it's either the third or fourth one. I'm thinking it's the fourth one.
Third or fourth. Was it the beta not or the beta 1? That was one of the questions we had too, wasn't it? On one of the exams we just did.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I got that one right. So
It's one of the last 2. I just have no clue which one.
there's on question number 3. Oh, I have.
Wait, it says
It
if the
says true linear
slope.
regression equation.
It's B1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, B1. It's
Yep. The
B1.
intercept is 0. So the fourth is
B1
right.
equals 0.
B1 is the parameter slope. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
All right, and the test statistic 11.510.
So you left it like, okay.
He was insisting that I would. And I said, which,
Yeah.
like, why? Probably go on. I said, no, I was just trying to delegate.
Oh gosh,
I learned from the best.
0.000 for the p-value.
Yeah, it'd be 0.00.
Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yep, 19
All
0.
good, right?
Yeah, 19 zeros.
0.000. 3 decimal places.
Church, huh?
No.
The one that you're.
All right, I know it's reject the null, and I always get these mixed up.
Oh, G-Mo. That's how you say Cooper. You know what?
Is it the last one?
This is ABC conversation, ABC your way out. Your way out.
If we reject the null, then we have sufficient evidence. So it'd be the second to last one.
That's silly.
All right, third one down.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got
I
the motor.
found a better
Yeah.
movement technique.
I already said, it's already too fast for me.
All right. Next few are always our favorite.
Jason, look, dude. Because I-
No,
Which hypothesis? Oh, don't we have? You know what?
I say no.
Mothers, birth mothers, and weights.
That told me like 2 weeks ago that why he doesn't have me sticking is because I'm not quick enough. And because he didn't train me, he doesn't want me to be sticking because I don't go as fast as the other girl.
They'll do it according to what he expects, right?
Huh?
He's a very dominating
That's
individual.
what I was gonna say.
One group,
Of course,
right?
Yeah, it's just one group.
Somebody else. And because he has some
Don't
history
have-
with that somebody else,
Null
I'm not
hypothesis.
fascinated for him. Right,
You got
so,
a plus.
Oh, we don't
so I got him
Jackie
busted.
didn't date him.
I didn't date him, I didn't want anything to
I'm
do
sorry,
with
I'm having a
it.
hard time hearing
But
what
you know what?
you said.
You know this guy.
No, he's a big asshole. Today I was just,
Probably have too much noise going on over here.
And, I went in,
Did we say it was a one sample t-test?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
I was like, no, these are crying.
T-test, one sample t-test.
Because of what he has said, and he continually has said it. He has been
Oh,
harassing
I
multiple
don't
other
like these
providers
questions.
previously.
Okay. All right. Engineers at an oil refinery find out how easily gasoline evaporates by measuring its vapor pressure. As they make gasoline, they need to determine whether its vapor pressure is high enough. The standard deviation of the pressure of the gasoline by the refinery is always 0.03. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for this test?
Well, we have a
So I went straight to the manager.
standard deviation.
And he told me, my manager.
So that's like one of the
coming to
top
us
two.
to
It's
do
one
the
with the,
right thing.
don't have the standard deviation. That's our Z-test with the standard deviation, right?
I think
Yes,
so.
I believe so.
Is that right?
I think it is.
He's like, he's on his
We
third
don't have any
strike.
other information other than the standard deviation.
And so today they just demoted him from being
Yeah, we have standard deviation in one sample.
a regular phlebotomist.
Yeah. I don't know of anything else it could be.
I don't want to deal with all the drama. that comes with
Okay,
it.
an attorney wants to know whether the percentage of Walmart employees in Nevada who are over 45 years old is more than 30%. Which percent would be most appropriate in this sample?
Boy,
You got
boy,
one,
Aboard.
boy.
30%. Test of one proportion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't want to involve myself with all
And the one before was the Z-test, right?
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
from that today, I prompted
Okay.
right now when we were coaching.
All right, a marriage counselor conducted a study of couples, categorizing each of the couples as commutative or non-commutative. Among other things, the counselor wanted to see whether the percentage of commutative couples whose marriage ended in separation or divorce was the same as the percentage of non-commutative couples whose marriage ended in separation or divorce. Which hypothesis test would be most appropriate for the study?
Because
Would it be the paired samples t-test?
Yes, and blah, 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 and he started going off, and I just,
I'm sending the thing to you.
You tell your manager that that's
And
called retaliation.
yep.
Because either because you have to have, they have to be the couples.
Oh my.
It's categorizing.
Yeah, I thought it was two proportions.
Two proportions?
Yeah, because they're not dependent on each other. One doesn't depend on the other.
And I think it's a category, not a quantity.
Yeah,
It's gotta be two proportions.
And tell me what you said,
You do.
because the more you say it, and the more
So,
you.
A business marketing firm specializes in radio advertising. They hope to show there is a linear relationship between sales and the amount of money a client invests in radio advertising. Which procedure would be most appropriate for addressing the question? Linear relationship. So if we're looking, would that be the linear regression?
It has to be.
You got them split. You got them split.
All right, let's submit this baby, see how we do.
It's okay.
We've got to get it submitted even if we have to retake it.
Split day
Yeah.
Sunday and Friday.
Yes.
But,
Submit.
Whatever we get, we get. We only have 30 minutes left.
88%.
42.8.
Ooh, I got 91.06.
Okay, I got 86. How's this happening?
Only one because there's other people. who-
I got 88.51, 41.6.
You live in the city.
Correct, but I'm the only one who's ever, no, the other ones had something, they just.
I got number 4 wrong.
I got number 4 wrong too.
That can't be right. That has to be right.
Today was my-
That's
was
what I'm
his
doing.
third strike.
We have that
Yeah.
exact question in a different one.
That has to be right, because everything in my notes say that it's right.
Or we could email the teacher and ask her about that one too.
Okay, so
Maybe they messed up.
the first one I got wrong, is that it? Okay, so number
11. You know what? I think it's just the one answer and not the both answers.
I
Unless
think
there's
it's
a
the
third
two
one.
answers because I put 3 answers.
Did you put 3? Did you get it all right?
No, I got 0.8 out of 1.
So it must be just the lower two.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I got 0.6 for that one.
He only talks.
I got
So if
number
I got-
6 wrong because I forgot to change my answer.
Regular for auditors.
Number 6 was 146.8, right?
It's still not right for him.
Number 6
He walked by and he's just like,
is
I'm so pissed.
146.8.
Yeah, I forgot to change my answer. So, okay, shame on
Okay.
me.
Okay, so 11, if you got 0.8,
Yes, but it's not so
did I hear that right?
He
Yeah.
shouldn't take it.
So if you got 0.8, I have 0.6 and I only selected 2. I selected the top one and the middle one.
I selected the top one, the middle one, and the last one.
Me too. And I got
I got
0.8.
0.8 and I only selected
No,
1.
they love me. They said, you know, you're
Which one did you select?
great.
Approximately 95% of 95.
Oh,
I know you do your job, and I know you're great.
Oh, we're
all right. So there
messed
must
up.
be one more. There's got to be one more. If you guys have 0.8, there's got to be one more that we would select.
Wait,
There's got
Maria,
to be 4 of them.
what did you pick, Maria?
Top one and middle one.
Supervisor. And he-
So if I'm getting 0.6, then there's 2 other ones, right?
I only like where I
Because if the
only
last
like-
one's 1 and you guys have 0.8, then there's got to be one more. The top, the middle, the last one, and one of the other 2.
Or we're picking one
Get
wrong.
rid of the chance. It's everything but the chance.
Or
I
we're
say
picking
everything but the
wrong.
chance.
It could just be that we have one selected that's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
true
well, did it
too.
show what are the ones that you picked wrong?
Almost
Did it
there.
show them wrong?
You really got.
I don't know which ones are wrong, but we picked the top, the middle, and the last. I wonder if it's just the middle and the last.
Okay, well, I picked.
It might be the middle and last.
But I just couldn't handle it.
Next week.
And you had what point? What'd you have, Cheryl?
I got 0.8.
And all, what did you have, Cheryl?
I got 0.8. I only picked the middle one.
And Maria, you picked the
I
top
picked the
and
middle. The top and the middle, and I have 0.6.
I bet you it's just the top and the
So the
bottom.
top one's probably wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just the middle and the
Yeah,
bottom.
middle and last one on that one.
Okay.
Other guy who works in the lab. I don't see him very frequently.
I have
Oh,
number
boy.
13 wrong.
13 wrong, yeah.
It's like serious sexual harassment. Because he even said, oh.
17 wrong too.
You know, my wife is very into the whole or something. I'm like, whoa.
Number
He's like,
13 wrong.
what do you think about it? I'm like, actually, I'm a.
Yeah, I have 13 wrong and 17 wrong.
No, like. Something else.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then I was like, no, I'm a very only husband.
17 wrong.
I love my husband to death, and I'm not gonna. I don't like that.
You want to divorce it, huh?
I
Okay.
have 26 wrong.
No, it was just something, and I felt very uncomfortable. And it's just kind of like he doesn't have any strikes, and so. But he's been
When is
doing
this
that.
due
He did
by?
it to me. He did it
11?
to the 2 other girls.
10? Oh, 11 or is it 10?
11 our time.
Oh, it's doing half an hour. How about that?
Yeah.
It's only, oh, is it Thursday?
He's working.
It is
Isn't this Saturday?
Thursday.
Over here, like, stay away. Not me.
I think our
Some
group
other girl he
meet
works with, I'm
is
just like,
due,
stay away.
I
but
don't think,
that's a
She
good
likes it 'cause I
question.
love her, but not me. Please
I got
don't.
number 26 wrong. Did anybody get that one wrong?
I got it wrong.
It's ridiculous. It's just, this place is.
And I got 36 wrong
We
too.
got 26 wrong.
Have you gone in the volcano yet? Dad,
No.
I'm gonna go in.
Go ahead.
Will you be able to, once you get through your probation?
All right, well, should we
What,
just,
my lower-
Yeah, for sure, and then I wouldn't be
do you guys want to try to just go through all of them and see if we can fix them, or?
down control, so I'm kinda like,
Yeah.
we just put the data, I'm just completely full on there.
Number 36, what, you guys got 36 right, right?
Did you get number 32 right now,
We'll be there much longer if you're gonna keep, you know.
Miriam?
I know.
30, I got 32 right, I think.
Yeah.
It has water in it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't change that one again too, so, you know.
Linear with fairly strong positive association.
Makes sense, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, yeah, well.
36 I got right.
All
Oh,
right.
what'd you get for, well, what'd you write down for 36? Because I mistyped something.
HO equals
0.518.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, I put 158. My fingers went flying the wrong way.
You land in the water,
Huh?
you land in the water. In the volcano water.
I got land. You want me to land in it?
You're gonna crash.
All right, so 26. I said yes because in both cases N of P was greater than 10, and that's not true.
Right,
Or is-
that's what I put as well.
Let's see if I can coast all the way to that area.
Is it because we know the populations are normally distributed?
Because I have my thing on red, lap turn gauge. I'm at field. Backward. Actually,
Sorry, I'm catching up. Just a sec.
Or are you retyping everything in?
No, I was just looking at some other stuff that I just trying to figure out some of this other stuff. I need to scroll down there. We should either start at the bottom and top and just go through all the ones we missed though,
Yeah.
so that we're not jumping around and make sure we get all of them.
I agree.
So should we just start at the beginning and then just hit all of them?
how can I get that one of those?
Yeah. Let's do that.
A plane.
Okay,
We start at the beginning.
Yes, I don't know. Find out. I don't know.
just make sure we get all of them.
Okay. Number 1, yes, true.
Oh, your wife wants you.
Number 2 is the last one only.
Oh,
Network.
I gotta go start all over again.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Number 2,
Yeah, we can just look at ones that each of us
miss.
missed. So we can just say like, what's the first one we missed, and then
First
All
one,
we
right.
can just fill out what we have right on our own time.
Right. And so for number 11, we decided on the middle and the last one. My next one is 13.
Wait, did you guys miss the median one?
I missed number 4.
Yes, and I didn't think it.
Let's see, median is just the middle number, basically, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it
So
will
maybe the
increase.
answer is that we just can't find it because we need the other data set in order to narrow down the other numbers to know if it would
Oh
change or
my
not.
God.
But here's the thing. I pulled up one of the Excel sheets,
Yeah.
and I tested it out with all the numbers, and it does increase. It goes up. That's why I picked that
You
one.
want you so much last time, then you don't know.
What?
But these numbers, 2118, 2120, and then all the way down it shows 25.
Yeah, I
But
know,
yeah,
but
But we
it's
don't know
not
what the
all the numbers though. There might be ones
I
that
know it's
if you
not
could-
all the numbers, but if you switch that 12 to a 21, it increases the median.
If you home and field, you could
If you
fuel.
just use the numbers that are there.
And the Bob, it says home and Bob, it says fuel, refuel.
That's what I'm saying is that
It's no fun.
since you don't, since there's that many, since there's
Oh.
99, we don't
Right.
have
Maybe
the other numbers. So there's more than just those numbers there. We just can't see them. So we
Yeah.
don't
It's
know if it would
impossible.
change it or not.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we'll have to go with it's impossible.
So I think that's what I was thinking. So I think that's what we should put.
I think that's.
I agree.
So then the
Because
next
the
one,
other numbers might.
the next
Go
one we
ahead.
said that we missed was what? 11?
7. 11.
And we decided middle and last.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
17 for me. Oh, wait, I missed 13. Oh,
yeah,
it
I
said
missed
not possible.
13 as well.
I missed 13.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
All right. How the
I did
heck
too.
do we do this then?
I missed 13.
Let's see. This is just the one proportion test, right?
It's gonna have to be. Because the t-test, one sample t-test didn't work.
I mean, sorry, I thought it was just the one sample t-test, but yeah.
curious to see this. This is that painting thing that Brendan had us try.
Is this question in a quiz? I feel like it is.
Oh, almost all of
I'm
them.
almost thinking that it probably
This
is.
is someone's drawing.
I remember this.
It
I
can't,
remember most of these.
it cannot be a one proportion because we've got a data file that we're supposed to be putting in. And there's
Yeah.
no way to put it in there.
So it has to be one sample T, so it has to be something that we punched in wrong.
It has to be a one sample
Manually read.
T. Has to be this one.
8.
There's the whole sketch.
I think I put it in the one sample t-test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I did too.
So what would the null? I think it's the null
P-value is
hypothesis that's
1.
throwing us off.
Maybe it has to do with the less than or the level of confidence.
The p-value is 1.
Let's see. An
P-value is
investor.
1.
Didn't we say the p-value was 0 on this one before?
I had 0.128, but that's not right.
No,
It's
we
39
said the null
months.
hypothesis was 0.
That's right. Never mind. That's what I was thinking.
Why did you do a little bit here?
A substantial decrease.
Okay. So if you put in 0, it changes it.
What if you put 0.95? It says that S&P has a known population mean return of 0.95.
I bet we have to put that in there. That,
Wow.
so if we do 0.95 and it's a less than, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then our p-value.
Yeah, because I think
Oh,
we're trying to
point.
see if he has a less than a return than that, because if he has a less than a return of that, then they're going to fire him or sue him or whatever.
Right.
So I think we put 0.95 in null hypothesis less than, and that gives us a p-value of 0.019.
19.
Does that sound right to you guys? Does that sound like hogwash?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. No, it sounds good to me.
All right.
It sounds like what we should have done because we were like thinking left it blank when we shouldn't have.
Right.
All right.
So 17.
Don't listen to me.
Let's see. What do we do for 17 before?
We said not necessarily because the company needs to check the values given by the appraiser are normal. So it was the other one that we had.
And that was on one of our quizzes too.
Yeah.
I think it's just yes, the distribution of mean differences is normal because the data has been determined to be normal.
I think you're right. Let's keep the plot makes a roughly a straight line. That's, yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think that's the best answer out of what we have left. So,
Mhm.
Okay, next one that we got wrong.
26.
26. What did we do there? I see.
We did the second one, but
Not the second one, so.
is n of 1 minus p hat less than 10?
That's what I got, and I didn't get it right.
Oh, you said no?
Oh,
You didn't do the second one, you did the last one?
no, I did the second one. I got it wrong.
Okay, I did the second and got it wrong.
Anybody get it right?
No.
It's either
Oh, we
the
just-
first or the third.
Can we, is that one of those that we can plug into our 2 sample t-test or something like that? Maybe not that one, but maybe the other one.
Well, do we know that they're normally distributed because they're more than 30, both of them, the samples?
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, since this is categorical, the more than 30 doesn't apply to it.
That
This
doesn't
one's
work.
the. So we just need to put in these numbers in the N stuff.
In the two proportions?
Yeah. We just got to do some calculations here.
So we have 41 men. Oh gosh.
So we know it's not the second one, so let's just look at the fourth equation, or the equation on the fourth one.
Okay.
So let's go, let's try 41 parentheses 1 minus 0.67 is
0.67.
equal to, oh, Excel says you did something wrong. What did I do wrong? That looks, oh, I see. Okay. So that's 13.53, so that's not gonna do it. So let's try 56 times 1 minus 0.84 is equal to 8.96, so it's the fourth
Oh,
one.
that's less than.
Yep,
Okay, fourth one.
yep.
No,
You tricked us, dirty dog.
it's the no, right?
Yep,
It's the no, right?
yep, it's the no.
The no.
And I think that's all of them for me.
I got 32 wrong, but that's because I was not paying attention. And I
Yeah, that's all of them for
changed
me too.
Changed my answer.
Well, let's, so do you need help with any of the other ones then?
Nope, I just
No,
need
I think we're all good.
to for him.
All right, well, let's see if we re-answered them correctly or if we still don't know what we're doing.
Oh gosh. I gotta pull one out and so I can go side by side.
$100%! Hallelujah!
Awesome.
That is wonderful. That is a wonderful thing to see. I need to study more.
So say we all.
Oh,
But still, that is
gosh.
still a wonderful thing to see.
Absolutely.
That is a good thing.
All right, awesome. We did it, guys. Way to go.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, are we meeting again on Monday?
Well, I
Oh,
don't
no, because Monday's when the test
have the
opens.
final to take by Wednesday.
Yeah. Do we need to finalize anything, or do we need to do more work with that PowerPoint, or?
I need
Probably
to
do need to do.
I'll turn in the inference and take action, and the next part is the PowerPoint.
Right. And thank you for whoever put up that little guideline for the PowerPoint. That was you, right, Cheryl?
Oh, it was Maria.
Maria.
I just
Yeah.
I just threw out something so we'd have something to work with or need in case I don't know if we wanted to change anything on it. But I thank Cheryl for catching up on the other part of she did the bulk of that work.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a problem, guys. It was a slow day.
Oh, we like to call Cheryl our secret weapon, so.
Yes.
Yeah, don't listen to me. I get all my stuff wrong.
Oh man. I usually have been so busy I can't get much done, but today was a little bit quiet enough I could throw that together. I was like, ooh, let me take advantage of the time.
Yeah.
So when do we want to get together and, like, do we want to get together and look at the PowerPoint, or Zach, do you want to just kind of take it and pretty it up and make it look great, and
Yeah, I can do that.
and then send it out, and we'll make any changes we need to?
Absolutely. I'll get you guys. When do you guys want me to have another one for you that's nice and pretty?
When is it due? Is it due Saturday?
Next week, yeah.
Next
Oh,
Saturday?
next week. No, probably by Thursday or
No,
Friday.
next Friday. It's
Yeah.
next Friday. It's the 15th.
Next Friday, okay. Well then,
So why don't you try to send it out, what, by Wednesday?
yeah, for sure.
And then we can give you our comments. We can see if we can show the teacher to maybe get her comments, and then turn it on Friday.
Yeah.
Right. I'll try and get it to you by the end of the day, Monday. If not, it'll be Tuesday night.
Perfect.
Just depends on how busy work is.
Awesome. Well, good luck on the exam, guys.
Thank you. You too.
We don't
Alright,
do it.
thank
We
you.
probably don't really have any more group meetings, and we do have a group meeting.
It says we have a group meeting, and on Monday, I will not be available during our normal
no!
time.
If you click on the group meeting, it says there is no group meeting.
There is no meeting?
Yeah,
Because it's like all we have to do is take our test, right? And we're done, unless we need to go over this PowerPoint.
Yeah,
That would be
On your
about it.
test, that's it.
we can probably do that through emails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, then this could very well be our last group meeting, unless we need an emergency one.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun having class with all you
My
guys.
test and have to have an emergency meeting.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys, thank you very much for everything. I'll get that other one turned in.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
You're ready to go. Okay?
Sweet. Well, thanks,
All right.
guys. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Been fun.
Definitely.
All right. Great, you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Yep. We'll see you.